Hi friends, thank you very much for inviting me to answer some of your questions. The first question I got from you was, what is your specialty or role within the medical field? I'm an anesthesiologist, so that means I specialize in anesthetizing patients and waking them up so that they can have successful surgery without experiencing any pain. And also having amnesia so that they don't remember portions of their procedure. Right now, I specialize in outpatient surgery, so that means that I see patients who come in for surgery and go home that same day. What are some of the procedures that I do on a daily basis? That includes general anesthesia, sedation anesthesia, and regional anesthesia. One of my more favorite procedures includes ultrasound-guided regional anesthesia, which involves using an ultrasound probe to give real live feedback images of the anatomy inside of a patient. And with a needle, you can anesthetize specific nerves to give very targeted anesthesia. What does a day look like for you? I wake up early. Surgery happens very early in the morning, sometimes as early as 7 or 8 a.m. So that means I'm usually at the surgery center by 6 a.m. That allows me plenty of time to interview the patient and set up the operating room so I have everything that I need for the day. Surgeries then start, and that usually, depending on the type of procedure and the length of procedure, and I can get out as early as be done with surgery as early as 1 or 2 in the afternoon, or later in the afternoon, like 3 or 4. Because I focus mostly on outpatient surgeries, the patients are discharged that same day from the surgery center. Why did I choose the specialty of anesthesiology? That's a hard question. For me, I really enjoyed the procedures. I liked being in the operating room. I liked being part of a team of healthcare providers that if a patient wanted a specific procedure, I was part of that team that helped ensure that patient had that procedure done. What are the best and worst parts? One of the best parts of doing anesthesia is being able to interact with patients and having other surgical team members, and that means the nurses and the surgeons, and delivering very concrete health objectives, procedures or diagnostic procedures, surgeries to the patient. And at the end of the day, you really do feel like you've helped a patient. One of the things that are kind of more challenging about the specialty, but not necessarily unique to anesthesia, is that sometimes things can last a little bit longer. So maybe your procedure is scheduled to be done at 2 o'clock and you've reached a complication, or there's some unexpected event that happened during the surgical schedule day and you just are done at 3 or 4. And sometimes you can't schedule your personal activities or your own personal doctor's appointments in the afternoon because you're in surgery. And that's just something that's not specific to anesthesia, but maybe in healthcare. So you have to give yourself some wiggle room. What is the best advice that I can give to students that are looking for a career in anesthesia or in healthcare? My best advice is plan for a marathon. When you're studying for MCATs or the USMLE or your next final, keep in mind that this is a marathon. You have these markers, if you will. You finish your final, you finish the next exam, you finish the semester, you finish your year. Know that you have a little bit a ways to go, but the reward is worth it at the end. So keep up the hard work and keep studying.